please do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing, or you're gonna get so confused.
Jeez.
You're gonna get so confused. One day you're trying to be Mihlali, next day you're trying to be Sarah Langa,
way.
third day you're trying to be someone else.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get confused with yourself, and you end up losing who you are
Uh-huh.
because you're trying to be these people that you're seeing and stuff. So yeah.
Nanke5 Studio.
Hello, welcome to Non-K5 Studio. I'm your one and only Mr. Amos Sir. On today's podcast, we're talking about content creators. So we've come across that a lot of young people or other people as well, that they're struggling to start a YouTube channel or become an influencer or in the creative space. You know, it's just become quite difficult for them to have the right foot forward, you know. So in our studio today, we have a guest, Sibabalwa.
Sibabalwe.
Yes. My apologies.
It's okay.
Is any shorter?
Siba. Yeah.
All right, I'll go with that one.
Yeah.
Siba. So we have Siba in our studio today, and she's been doing what we're talking about today for quite some time.
I mean, like, it's only been a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not really that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing that really attracted us was that, like, how you're doing it so well, and we thought that, you know, you could have a lot of insights and advice to those who want to start. We just wanted to ask, you know, I think the general public would like to know as well. When you started your YouTube channel and Instagram, were you embraced and nervous about telling people about it?
I was nervous about, like, telling people about it because I don't know how they're gonna receive it and stuff, or if they're gonna actually want to watch me, you know, because on Instagram and YouTube you find that you might be two different people, because on Instagram it's just pictures and everything like that, and then in YouTube you're basically showing your character and everything in that. So I was like, are they gonna be receptive to my personality and who I am and all those things? So it was nervous in that regard. And obviously when you start a YouTube channel, you aim to grow and have, like, subscribers, even though it's not really about subscribers, but you do worry about those things. Are people going to subscribe to my channel and stuff? So I was nervous.
Okay. The YouTube space, is it? I saw in your comment section, you seem to be getting a lot of love from your fans.
Yeah, I do.
Some other YouTube channels, when I, like, read the comments, it's all you kind of cringe or you laugh or you cry because what they say is just like, man, I don't want to start a YouTube channel because it's just crazy. It's something that has challenged me a lot. And how do you come up with content
ideas?
Yes.
For YouTube, but I used to struggle with it because with YouTube you need to find your niche and everything like that. So I've been on YouTube for a year now. Well, a year and some months. So it took me a while to actually be in a place of knowing, okay, this is what I'm focusing on and everything like that. So when I was trying to discover that, it was very hard for me to have ideas because, one, I'm trying to avoid basically taking ideas from someone else because people are going to say, hey, you stole this from who, or you're trying to be this one. So as soon as I found my niche, it was very easy because you're focusing on that and ways of which you can explore that niche of yours and stuff like that. So in that thing, I don't really struggle with it because I'm focusing on a not limited, but like on certain places or certain items and everything like that. And then planning, like just planning and also being aware of what's happening around you and everything like that. What are people interested at? What's popular now and all those things. Those are factors to it. So I'm
sure you've seen the new influencer challenge on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's quite funny, eh?
It is.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so mad that I'm not at home to do it to my parents. I was like,
I was freaking my lungs out. I was like, what? It's
the
crazy.
funniest thing ever.
When as we talking about content,
Mm-hmm.
how important is it, like the relationship between brands? You know, when the time when you get access to when brands want to work with you, that relationship, how important is it?
With brands,
Yeah.
it's very important
Yeah.
because you yourself is a brand. So you're trying to sell a brand to brands and stuff like that. So it's a very good relationship because you find that in one, like there's a whole entire company that has so many brands under it. So if you have a bad relationship with one brand, you actually realize that it's affecting all the other brands because
Yeah.
it's like a whole entire setting
Yeah.
of other brands within one brand. So it's very important to make sure that you always have a good relationship and you always present yourself in a very good way.
Right,
That's yeah.
Okay.
very
And do
important.
you have a number one rule that you stick to, or one, if one wants to work with a brand, maybe myself,
Mm-hmm.
there's a certain thing that I should do first before I even start engaging with them?
Okay.
Is there any specific rule that one
I think
can
for
look
me
into?
is my comfortability with it
Yeah.
and values.
Yeah.
So I would have a brand that I'm just like, doesn't speak to who I am.
Okay.
So personally, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's offering me a good deal. I'm just like,
Okay.
but I still don't want to lose my values in that. So I think it's very important to know your values, especially if you're trying to be an influencer, because you don't want to find yourself now working with every single brand because
Yes.
you're trying to get these names
Mhm.
around you and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Don't lose your values
Okay.
in whatever you do
Yeah.
and be comfortable with
I
whatever
get
you're
that a
doing.
lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So if I'm not comfortable with it and I'm like, this is not who I am, I'm not
Yeah.
doing it. I'm really not.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright. So I see it's quite important to really love not just the money side of it, but to
Mhm.
really enjoy what you do.
What
as
you're
well.
doing, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
alright.
it easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you weren't doing what you're doing now, what would you be doing?
I would be a full-time student
Oh.
that I am.
Okay.
Just that.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a student.
Yeah.
So I will still be doing that.
Sweet. I also, one thing I picked up that
Mhm.
interested me so much was I love your sneaker collection.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, you're an Air Force. I was like, man, that's
Yeah, I'm
that's
an Air
me
Force
right there.
baby.
Yeah. So like, oh wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's I think I mentioned this already.
Mm-hmm.
There's a time where you're on the other side of the platform and we're on this side
Yeah.
watching you, right? And we've got that section where it says comments.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use any of those comments to guide you
Yeah.
or shift you to the next idea?
Oh no, I definitely use them because I think it kind of helps with the interaction, the engagement, and
Yeah.
interaction you have
Uh-huh.
with your audience, I
Mhm.
guess, subscribers, followers, whatever.
Mm.
So I do look at them because those are people who I'm trying to entertain, I guess.
Yeah.
So if I'm not gonna listen to them, be like, Siba, please do a makeup video or whatever, then what am I actually doing?
Yeah.
You know? But with that, it's gonna also have to work for me. So
Yes,
I'm not gonna
yes.
do something I'm just like,
Yeah.
that's not gonna
Yeah.
work for me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they do help me with terms of ideas and what to do next. So yeah.
And I think I should have asked this before. I think my questions are going to become going back and forth here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sparked me now. When you're talking to this what's the word now? Brands.
Mm-hmm.
How does one pitch a proposal to them? Or do you normally pitch a proposal, or is just like them?
Sometimes, most of the time, it's them
Mm,
approaching me,
yeah,
man. Can we
okay.
collaborate on
Yeah.
this? Everything like that. But
Mhm.
if you feel like you need to be the one to approach them, then you have to write a proposal, basically selling yourself, one,
Okay.
and two, selling in terms of what you can offer them and stuff like that.
Yes.
So
yes.
this is what I can do and what
Yeah.
why I think you guys should choose me, basically,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there are a lot of influencers, there are a lot
I
of
can
people who want
imagine.
to work with brands.
Yeah.
So they have a list of
Of-
PR and people who want to work with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So basically, you need to they must look at your thing and be like, okay, cool. We see ourselves, we see our brand with this one. So basically, be in alignment
Yeah.
with them and everything like that. So
Okay.
yeah,
And competition is quite tough, is it?
it is.
Yeah.
No, it is. Like literally every second person on Instagram is an influencer.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, there's a lot of people.
So you always want to outdo the next person in a way, or not really. It's just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do my thing.
Please do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing, or you're gonna get so confused. You're gonna
Jeez.
get so confused. One day you're trying to be Mihlali, next day you're trying to be Sarah
Oh,
Langa,
way.
third day you're trying to be someone else.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get confused with yourself, and you end up losing who you are
Uh-huh.
because you're trying to be these people that you're seeing and stuff. So yeah.
And how much of their influence do you take in? It's just a little bit of, oh, well, I like.
You know what? People that I follow personally
Yeah.
are not influencers and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, I follow like real people and everything like that
yeah.
I see and
Yeah.
like and whatever. Probably not even less than 5% of people that I follow are bloggers or influencers, whatever.
Yeah.
Not because I don't like them, I do, but I think I've always tried to avoid a sense of wanting to be someone else. So I might see them, like them and everything like that, but I don't want to invest myself into that, because you can get, as a girl, you can get very comparison of, ooh, Mihlali is doing this, ooh, I want to do this and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I try to avoid that, because it can happen and stuff like that, where you find yourself like, ooh, I want to try do that and everything like that, which is sometimes not bad, but sometimes you might get caught up into it. So I do look to them like here and there, but okay, this is how you carry yourself and everything like that. But yeah,
do you like to be called an influencer?
I like to be called a content creator than an influencer.
It seems to be the thing. I think it's time to change that word and just, you know what, we are content
I mean, like
creators.
everyone can be an influencer. I mean, like you can tell them to buy that lemon whatever, and you influencing people and stuff like that, you know.
And well, it just came to my mind now with the new challenge thing. Has it brought any sort of like because when I looked at it, I thought this is kind of like telling the truth in a hidden message. Like it's kind of like subtle. Like sometimes you think about like, are the influencers really selling what they're really selling? And I just
no, man, I don't.
Sorry to put you in the
I
spot.
don't think so.
Yeah.
No, man, I don't think it's a thing of influencers are fake they. Well, some are, but
okay.
I don't think maybe it can be the hidden message into it, but I don't look at it that way and stuff.
All right. We wanted to know, and the audience as well, looking back from where you started and where you are now, would you do anything differently?
Yeah, I would be more consistent into it. It took me a while to even identify myself as a content creator, you know. Because it was a very scary thing, because you are not that you have pressure, but you have these people who are looking to you that Siba, like, plug us, you know. Siba, no, show us. I'm a fashion and lifestyle creator, so Siba, show us nice places and all those things, you know. So I was like scared, but am I ready for all of that and everything like that? But besides that, I think the only thing I would change is starting earlier with it, you know, identifying myself as a brand much earlier than I did.
That's one thing I regret sometimes as well. I just wish I started some stuff way back, you know. By the time I think I was doing first year, which was like, well, maybe you just start this business now to be somewhere now. And I was just like, oh, wasted time,
but
doing other things, you know.
But it's part of the journey.
It's part of the journey. Jeez, I like your intro.
My intro.
See me.
I don't even know how that came about.
See you. We used to say it sometime. I was like, see you, see me, see. I was like, man, I like this.
Thank you.
What's your least favorite and thing about creating things for people, or the process of it?
Entitlement from people.
Ah,
I think that's my least favorite thing. People feeling like they're entitled to know things about you.
yeah.
Entitled to know about your personal life, and I try by all means to remove that from like social media in terms of my personal life. So I think what I don't like about it is the entitlement, and that it comes with obviously people, you're exposing yourself for people to invest in you, but also it's kind of difficult when someone's going to feel titled to information about you, titled to how did you get that bag, titled to how much did you pay for that hair, can you afford it, those things. So I don't like that part of it and stuff like that entitlement that people have.
No. Jeez. I haven't been through that course. I hope I don't. Have you had any setbacks of being a content creators? And if those they have been, what could they have been?
For me, it's my mental health and everything like that.
Okay.
I've always been one person who had anxiety problems, so social anxiety and all those things. So it's like I have social anxiety, but you're basically exposing yourself to the social
world,
platform.
yes,
Basically everyone. So I think it's that's the part that sets me back sometimes. Just like I'm getting so overwhelmed, and I'm having that's the only thing that sets me back.
No. I think I'm not really out there myself, so I think a lot of stuff or setbacks that I have is just all like bottled in one thing, and then one thing that if I get struck by like a serious anxiety and then that explodes, but I'm like always on myself if that explodes, so no one gets to see anything. And I think obviously maybe you might have answered this question already. With the nasty, or well, not nasty, but negative comments, how do you go about dealing with them?
I mean, like, if it's not constructive, I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
So I just identify it as the noise. You always, if you expose yourself, you're always gonna get that noise of people like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? How are you doing this? And stuff like that. So it's just identifying, are you constructive?
Yeah.
If not, then I know the intention was not good.
Okay.
So if the intention was not good, I'm not taking it. So even on my YouTube channel, some people will write something negative, and I'm just like, is this constructive? If not, I'm deleting it, because that's not the energy that I'm trying to have, So it's just basically noise. Identify it as noise that you just need to shut down, tone down the volume off. So
Well, we just so like started, so we're expecting a couple of a couple of days.
If it's not constructive, don't take it.
All right.
Don't.
No, we shall not. We shall not. I had a question. It just jumped, but any piece of like advice to those who want to start, and like I'm sure there's a couple of them that want to be like you, that really love like the time you spend at the gym, this time you having lunch and so on, and not maybe they don't realize the hard work that you put in. You know? In advice to the newbies or the new creators coming into the industry, what can you share with them?
Be yourself. Like, be yourself. One, be consistent, but in what you're being consistent, it be around what you are comfortable with and your values. Don't do stuff that leave you like cringing, like I don't like that, but I have to be there with it. So be yourself, do what works for you, but in what works for you, be consistent in
Honesty
that, because don't be scared to be in people's faces. Like, if you have to post 3 times a day, post 3 times a day. People must see you if you want them to see you. Brands must identify you. They must see you on the explore page. They must see you in that recommended videos and stuff like that. So be consistent in whatever you're doing.
Consistency.
Yeah.
If one is working with a brand, right, and they're not getting paid for it, then I think as a starter, sometimes you just the same word for exposure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it an advisable thing to do?
I think it is. Probably for the first maybe 2 or 3 brands that you work with.
Okay.
So it's not really exposure, but it's a sense to also get you to understand how
Okay.
the whole thing works
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Not to say don't go for things that pay,
Mm.
but if they come and they're not paying, and
Mm.
it's also okay for the first 2 or 3. Don't now be exposing
Yeah,
yourself on the 10th
okay.
brand
Alright.
and everything like
It's the
that.
time to
no.
put your foot down.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think it helps you in terms of knowing how everything works. You know, you can want to work with brands, and then when they come, you're just like, oh, I don't know what to do with all of this. I don't know how to basically showcase what I'm being given. So it kind of helps you know how to do stuff and
Yes,
how to get
yes.
the momentum of everything. So
yes.
yeah, I think do it.
Are
Yeah.
you working out of all of this that you do, like YouTube and content create? Do you have another job?
No,
Okay.
I'm
so
a
this-
student. I'm a full-time law
so
student.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I guess that's it from my side.
Really?
And
Okay.
thank you for coming through.
It's a
You
pleasure.
know. I don't know if you have any questions for us or myself that you like to ask.
I just want to know, like, what's the intention with all of this? So, what was?
So, I think I should know if I should start with the story.
Mm.
So the story is,
Mhm.
we obviously studied at the same university, Nelson Mandela University,
Okay.
and at art department.
Mm-hmm.
And the 3 of us had different ideas of starting our own YouTube channel.
Okay.
Right? So this idea was pending for 3 years
Mm-hmm.
or so, and it got to a point where we were like, you know what, this is it. Let's put our foot down and then jump into it.
Yeah.
So we came together and we created this 9K Farm, you see. So the story behind 9K Farm, it was a period in high school
Okay.
where students would gather together and
Mm-hmm.
just have a conversation. It was like a free period where you
Okay.
can just relax a little bit. So we thought, that it's kind of resonates with what we're gonna do. You know,
Mhm.
we're having a conversation. We're trying to build where other people are lacking, and we're trying to also engage and grow ourselves as
Yeah.
well. So in the near future for this channel, we're seeing it as a platform to engage with other artists. We're trying to grow those who need support.
Yeah.
And really share.
Mm-hmm.
In a lot of ways where we can touch lives that
Yeah.
we can't reach like every day.
Yeah.
And so on. And we're really just trying to build a break on top of another break and see where we're heading to, and I guess we'll see how it goes.
How it goes, yeah.
So that was the story.
I think it's a great idea. It's a
Mhm.
nice, different thing, especially for PE.
Yeah.
You see these things in Joburg and all those things. So. Yeah.
I think this, and one thing that's the other thing that P is quite. I didn't know until my friend told me that P is quite reserved.
Yeah,
like people
it is.
don't
It
just
is.
jump into things.
Yeah, it
so-
is.
And I think this will also give us that edge to actually
Mhm.
like shake
Shake things. Yeah.
shake
I
things
think it's
up
a
a
good
little bit.
idea.
Yeah.
Well, all the best with it.
No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and best of luck with everything you do.
Thank you.
We hope to see you again. you
Yeah.
know. If you're dropping something new, like, hey, come to Syria again. So yeah, guys, this was another lovely podcast. Thank you to our guests for sharing, and I am Mr. Amos, sir. Thank you so much. We out.